So let me read for you from the LSB. This is Philippians 4:6 that says, "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all comprehension, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." So that's the LSB. The ESV will be something similar. Instead of saying be anxious for nothing, I think it says, well, now I'm getting confused when you read. I'm trying to memorize it. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication, instead of petition. By prayer and supplication, let your requests be known to God. With thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God, and the peace of God will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. So that's the ESV. Now let me read from the Message. And so you can hear the LSB and the ESV, that they're both trying to capture this idea that there's a command, don't be anxious, or be anxious for nothing. In everything by prayer and petition is the LSB. The ESV went with by everything in prayer and supplication. So, those are two different ways of asking for something, a supplication or petition. So those are just vocab decisions. But now when you get to the Message, Philippians 4 says, don't fret or worry. Instead of worrying, pray. Let petitions and praises shape your worries into prayers, letting God know your concerns. Before you know it, a sense of God's wholeness, everything coming together for good, will come and settle you down. It's wonderful what happens when Christ displaces worry at the center of your life. So you can see Eugene Peterson, he's not even trying to translate it at that point. He's capturing the thought of don't fret, don't worry. This wholeness of God's going to help settle you down. Like he's preaching. Mm-hmm. He's interpreting what it means, and he's helping encourage your heart. So I think that has a place if you know what it actually says. It kind of brings it a little bit to life. But it's not what it says.
Right.
Right. So that's why we sometimes call it a paraphrase rather than, thought by thought translation rather than a word for word translation.